Hey folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to Let's Try BattleTech. BattleTech is the upcoming game from what I called Harebrained Schemes, published by Paradox, and it's by the same people who were responsible for the original BattleTech, like, I don't know, a bajillion years ago. And I have to say, like, opening up the game and seeing the opening cutscene with the, the cutscene, the intro video, like when you actually boot up the game, even before you get into the campaign, it does this, like, voiceless run-through of the entire history of humanity in the BattleTech universe. And it gave me chills seeing that, because it really made me feel like I could actually smell the books from when I used to play from when I was a kid. I've played Tabletop BattleTech, I've played Tabletop Mech Warrior, I've played a bunch of the BattleTech and Mech Warrior computer games as well. Doesn't mean I'm really all that familiar with the setting. It's the sort of thing I would love to, like, really have the lore on lockdown, because it is quite fantastic. Anyway, this is going to be a Let's Try, where it's probably going to be, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos or something like that. Of gameplay, but it's not a full-on Let's Play at this time, just because I've got a pretty full schedule. At this point in the game, what I've done is I've gone through the intro and I did my first sort of mercenary mission, just so that we could get a good feel for the core of the gameplay. Because while there is a story and there's a campaign, it is really sort of flexible and open and sandboxing. You could actually ignore the campaign a fair bit. It is really about running a mercenary company of battle mechs in here. Now, you may have seen some footage before, even on my channel, of the skirmishes, because the sort of Kickstarter backer demo has been out for a while, where you could just do generic battles with mechs, and that's gone through a bunch of different iterations as well. But now we're playing the full campaign, which is very exciting. So this is the main view of the campaign screen over here. This is our, I guess, probably our dropship over here, the Leopard here, which is responsible for toting our mechs around from planet to planet, being able to repair them, housing our crew, doing medical things on them because they can get hurt, and so on and so forth. Got a timeline over here because I can hit play and just start advancing thing. I'm on week 4, day 1 of week 4 over here. And here's what's coming up. In a day, my spider, one of my mechs, is going to be finished getting repaired / refitted, and 2 of my mech pilots, my mech warriors, Glitch and Decker, are currently out of action as a result of an injury as well. And in 9 days, my financial report will be up, and I'm pretty sure that means I'm going to have to pay some upkeep here. So if I go ahead and hit play, for example, there we go. So all my mech jobs are done at this point. If you have more than one mech job, you can go to this manage task and reorder them based on what you want first. In terms of injuries and stuff, you just have to wait for them to go out. So I'm currently in orbit. If I go to navigation here, I'm in orbit around the Bellerophon planet. And I believe this is also the Bellerophon system. Something like that. I'm not sure. Here we've got Detroit. Like, it's another planet, but I think it's another star system entirely. Now, right now, at the point of the campaign, I'm very limited to how far I can travel because of various banking issues that we're having as a mercenary outfit. But hopefully we'll be able to expand our range so far. I think I've only got access basically to these 4 systems over here. One of the things that the developers have talked about is, just like with the pen and paper version of the game, they're really looking to continue to develop this game and come out with sort of expansions that move the time forward, add more space, and also advance through the storyline of the chaotic political nonsense of the Inner Sphere, and maybe get to the point even where the clans show up and things, because this really does have a rich story that in pen and paper always advanced forward as well, which is really, really funky cool. I'd be very happy if in 5 years we're still playing this, because we're on the, I don't know, 10th, like, expansion story release, you know, new campaigns, new mechs, new places to travel. That would be wonderful. All right, the real meat of these Mech Warrior games tends to be, what can you actually do mechanically with your mechs? So here's the Mech Bay here. And if I go into the actual bays, we can see on our ship. In my ship, I've got up to 3 Mech Bays I can get, although I have to upgrade my ship to have access to the last 2. And each bay can host up to 6 mechs. In addition to that, you do have a storage where you can store inactive mechs. They just get stripped down, they get stored there. You don't have to worry about maintenance. They just get put in their little IKEA boxes, and that is that. We've also got our component list over here, which is all my spare parts. So these are my active mechs over here. I currently have 5 of them available, and I have part of a fire starter over here. One of the things you do when you salvage mechs in the field, because they've all been blown up and stuff like that, you don't really get a full mech. You can see here I'm at parts 1 of 3. Basically, I need 3 of these partial mech sort of chassis and bits and pieces to get enough to actually put it together a full fire starter over here. And when I get it done, I might keep it, but I might also sell it. I don't know if I'm that keen on the fire starter in and of itself. 35-ton mech over here. So I've got a Blackjack at 45 tons, a Vindicator at 45 tons. We got a 55-ton Shadowhawk, one of my favorite mechs actually. We got a 30-ton Spider and a 20-ton Locust. Very, very lightweight little machine over there. So the Blackjack over here, when you do start off the campaign, you get to set up a bunch of stuff about your personal backstory. I think all the backstories end up having you have a Blackjack as your personal mech. And of course, you can pilot anything. Yeah, you are a character, in a sense, inside the campaign, in addition to the other mech pilots, mech warriors that are out there. You can pilot any mech you want, but, you know, at least for now, I'm going to want to pilot my own little Blackjack. And here, if you're like me, the first time this screen came up, you're like, oh, that's so good. So this is the mech design screen over here. After each battle, you're going to have to repair your mechs. You may have had entire bits blown off, which, like, so for example, if you lose your left torso, well, that also means you'll have lost your arm, most likely. And all the bits inside them will be gone. So you'll have to repair those and then re-equip them with various things. Some handy buttons for repair all. There's also a handy button here for strip equipment, which is really cool. You can see here all the dismounted bits, and if you hit confirm, then what it'll do, I can show you, brings up a list of, right, hang on a sec. Let me just confirm something that I'm pretty sure is true here. There we go. You get a full breakdown of the amount of money it'll cost to do this and the amount of days and the mech tech rating required to do this. I think some parts require some more advanced mech techs to do that. So, if I did strip it down, I want to point out one of the decisions they made in this game, which is not, I think, canonical for pen and paper, although I might be wrong, is the idea of these hard points. So, in my torso here, I have an energy hard point and a support weapon hard point. In my arm, I've got ballistic hardpoints, and that would be things like autocannons and whatnot, and an energy hardpoint for laser guns. I don't have missile hardpoints actually anywhere on this design, so this design can never fit missiles. In some of the games, like MechWarrior 4, one of my favorite one of the games in this setting, I think you could basically put any type of equipment on any mech, which meant things were a little bit more min-maxy, and it also meant that the mechs often lost their flavor and things, and so with this, there's really sort of a theme to the mechs depending on these hard points, and logically it makes a certain amount of sense. I mean, the sort of base infrastructure required to run these like super high power energy weapons might be inherently different from some other things, you know, so that's all right. So anyway, so you can go and tune your mechs up quite a bit. In fact, this mech here, I do have a slight issue with it in that its heat efficiency is very, very poor. We have a bit of an issue with that, so what I'm thinking is I'm actually going to strip off a pair of jump jets. Now, I don't know, but I think the amount of jump jets you have, I don't know if it affects your distance to jump or anything like this. I think each one of these, I think they're chemical jets, so each one of these is a single jump. So I'm trimming that down a bit. I'm going to go to equipment over here, and I'm going to grab some heat sinks. Now, I don't believe that in, heat sinks are heavier than jump jets. You know what? Just for symmetry, let me put you up here. In the pen and paper version, you'd always put the heat sinks in legs, I think, because when you were sort of waist deep in the water, your heat sinks would work twice as well. I don't think positioning for the heat sink matter in this particular game. I might be wrong about that. So I'm going to modify my mech to be a little bit more heat efficient. So it's going to take 2 days to do that work. You can see removing the components tends to be very fast, although it can still cost you a little bit of money, but installing that. So I think I'm happy. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. So I'm going to do that, and what we'll probably do is we'll probably kill two more days, and then we'll advance forward. There's a shop, there's a hiring hall where we can hire more mech warriors. Some of them come with skills, but I don't have the rep to hire these guys yet, so these are a little lower skills. Oh, we can take a look at the barracks and see the skill list. In particular, I could look at, say, myself. Here's Quill over here. Look at this salty dog here, Max Harrington, and my skill levels. The starting skills were partially based on my backstory and my attributes that I chose when setting things up. You also get your little service record. It's lovely. And yeah, after you reach certain milestones in your skills, you can unlock actual skills, which may be active or passive, and are awesome and very useful. Navigation, buzz around. You can you get a nice breakdown of your finances over here. The reputation is also very important because, you know, right now no one cares about me, but we can boost that up. You can customize your company, change your name, your logo, your various color schemes and whatnot, which is all good. So I'm just going to advance until my Blackjack here gets updated. Thank you very much. Then I'm going to go and take a look at the contracts in the command center. I've got 3 available right now. 1 would require me to travel to the Detroit system. The other 2 are local. The supply convoy over here, I peeked at earlier, it has the highest sort of pay/salvage, which is nice. The tricky part is it's an escort mission, so there may be like the need to move around quite a bit. In addition to that, it's in the Badlands. It's very, very, very hot. That's one of the reasons I want to modify my mech to have a little bit more heat sink capacity. The Seek and Destroy mission, alternatively, is a polar setting, so heat's a lot less of an issue. They also have different factions, so this is for the Free Worlds League, whereas this is just planetary government. So anyway, I'll do this because it's got a good reward. Now, we can negotiate. Because the pay and the salvage, they're not independent here, right? So you tweak these. You can go for more money or you can go for more salvage. Now, I'll keep it in the middle for this. I believe that this means I will get a total of 8 salvage, but I get to hand pick 2 of it. At the end of the battle, you get to see all the salvage. You know, there might be some bits of mechs, there might be weapons, etc., etc. So I will get to choose 2, so I'll probably pick mech hulls, and then I think I'll get 6 at random after that, is the way that this works. So let's go ahead and accept this and figure out who we're going to bring with us here. I think it defaults to whoever was on my last mission, which seems mostly fine, except I'm going to swap the Spider for the Locust. Spider's got 30 tonner, it's a little bit more substantial, we're going to do that. The Behemoth over here has the Bulwark ability, which actually makes you a little bit stronger when you are tanking. It's passive as well, gain guarded when remaining stationary. So that's actually not a good combo for the Spider. What I'll probably do is put you on my heaviest mech, which is the Shadowhawk over here, I think. We'll do something like that. I think something like that's going to be okay. You can also take a look at the skills and make different decisions in terms of what you might do. There might be some optional stuff, optimal stuff, I don't know. There's also a drop tonnage kind of maximum here, depending on my ship upgrades. This seems to be an alright start. So let's go ahead and deploy. And take a look at a mission here. Sometimes withdrawing from mission is the best thing for your bottom line. I love the sort of campaign management aspect of it. To me, that's the important key thing to these sorts of games, is having the ability to really tune your mechs, to play around with them, to play with the mechanics. It's got to have really good combat to go along with that, because you've got to feel like there's a point to those things. But to me, it's the campaign that makes or breaks these things. And I'm very excited. Obviously, I haven't gone very deep, but I'm very excited for what it has to offer. So let me put a cut in here, and we'll come back when this loads. Okay, that was actually instant. I feel stupid for putting a cut in it at all, because the second I turned it off, it came back on. Ooh, that's really loud! Hopefully it's okay. Alright, Darius, this is my XO. Commander, the local government convoy is right on schedule, and as predicted, we're picking up Canopian units in the area. Move to intercept the convoy and provide cover and support while they escape. Once they're safely away, you can clean up the opposition or evac yourself. It's your call. Presumably, the more stuff I blow up, maybe the more salvage there'll be. I don't know. So, we can look around here. We can zoom in a fair bit, take a look at the bots. I think there's other ways to access some camera controls to get, really cool screenshot things. But let's see what we can do. So, we have the mandatory goal, secure the convoy rally point, and then we've got an optional goal of destroy enemy blocking force, which can give you some extra reward. So, secure the convoy rally point is over there. And, right, destroy the enemy blocking force, which might be over there somewhere. So we're just going to advance forward. We got dust storms and things. I don't know if that's going to have any impact. We've got rough terrain here. We've got forest terrain. We've got some water over here, which presumably we can enter. Right, we can eject. I think, okay, for now, we're just going to march forward. I don't know if I can get through here. Do you have jump jets? Oh, you do. Okay. Right, this is the Shadowhawk. Alright, I'll sprint up to here. Right now, we're not in battle mode yet, so I'll be able to move all of my mechs. We'll get some information maybe on some sensor blips over here. I think we're still out of range for any of that. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and keep sprinting forward. By moving at all, you get some evasion things. You can see these little pips that show up. Each one of those pips is I think they refer to it as an evasion rank. Something like that, and each one of it is like, plus X to the difficulty of hitting you. Yeah, the Spider's super fast. Do you have jump jets? Oh, you do as well, so we'll go ahead and sprint quite a bit up. We might jump over this. We could go on elevated ground. You do get +1 to hit from elevated ground. You don't have as much cover anymore. I don't know if people get penalties to hit you if you're above them. That's actually a question I don't have the answer to. Every time someone shoots at you, you also lose a pip of evasive, as presumably you're too busy dodging, you know, that one shot. You can't dodge them all, and, you know, maybe it's allowing other people to narrow in on you a little bit more. So
How's it going?
I'm not sure, you know... Oh, I can actually climb up here. I don't know if I'll be able to jump down. I'm a little leery about making this move, because I might be exposed. On the other hand... What do you got? You've got LRMs. Sorry, long-range missiles. LRMs and SMERMs. And MERMs. I don't know. I don't know if we've got any with medium-range missiles, but that's a thing. They can do like indirect fire. I don't know what the range on an autocannon is. I think it's halfway decent. This might... Hang on. I'm going to call that a little too risky. What I'm going to do is scooch up to here. So still not reveal line of sight. And then the spider... I'm just going to get you to brace for a turn.
Hunkering down.
Okay. Now it's time to move up. Let's take the high ground.
Moving out.
Huh. Maybe... Hang on, maybe it doesn't start until I get there. That's entirely possible. Alright, let's run into the wooded area over here, get a little bit of cover. Like, I haven't done, like, this type of mission yet. I've only done one mercenary mission. Yeah, I'm starting to think the mission doesn't start until I get to the point of interest. I don't want to end my turn on the rough terrain, because you take more stability damage, basically. Like, you become less stable if you get shot while you're in rough terrain. There we go. Enemy contact. Okay.
Okay. Now it's on.
So now we're in actual combat, which the turn order for that is a fair bit different. So there's an enemy spider. Recruit is, I believe, the experience of the pilot, so fairly low. Took a shot at us. I think missed. Okay. So there are up to 5 different initiative phases. I believe the mechs... light mechs go on 4, mediums on 3, heavy on 2, assault on 1. There's also various things that can potentially knock you up to a higher initiative, which means you're going even faster, and I think that's what Initiative 5 is there for, as a placeholder for that. Based on this, I've got 1 mech that's going to operate in Initiative 4, they've got 2 that's going to operate in 4, then we've got 3 that are going to operate in 3 over here. So Rook can go now, because he's a light mech. He's in the spider, that's why that spider also got to act. So what I can do is I can move him. I can also reserve him so he can act later if I want to, like, let other people move so that I can respond. There's some people over there. What I think I'm going to do is move here and hang a little further on the left to avoid contact with whatever's over there, because my light mech is, well, it's a light mech. I will end the force, gives me a little bit of cover. So I take some damage reduction, and I'm going to end my facing something like that. I don't want anyone to get behind me. I don't expect people to get behind me from here. Should be okay. So I'll just blast them sort of point-blank range. That should be okay. So we'll go into attack over here and probably fire. Now, I do start off with a little bit of morale over here, so I can use that to trigger either Precision Strike or Vigilance if I want. Precision Strike does allow me to do a called shot. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. Now, if I don't mouse over, this is the percentage chance of hitting any particular body part. So what I could do is focus fire. Left arm. I think all his weapons are in the center torso. So, you know what? I'm not going to focus fire, because I don't think that's particularly relevant. So we'll just take a regular shot. That's going to be okay. The center torso tends to be the most armored. We only have a 45% chance to hit with each one of these weapons, but, I mean, may as well, right? Expose the structure. I think I may have hit him in the leg. We'll see. So they had another stage 4 mech that's going to move. There we go. There's also vehicles and stuff like that, which is interesting. Vehicles are very squishy. They pack like regular weapons, so they can be very, very dangerous and damaging. But they're always otherwise squishy. So now the rest of my mechs are medium mechs, so I can really use anyone I want. So they've advanced into water here, which I think is bad for stability, but it's really good for killing heat. This is probably a great vantage point right over here. I don't know who we're going to shoot. We shall see. Now, I think I have 2 pilots that can do multi-shots, but I don't have them because they're injured right now, or I might be thinking about the pilots in the intro. I do like the multi-shot ability because it lets you split your attacks between multiple mechs, so you can like shoot a close one with your short-range weapons and then still use your long-range missiles against something useful. So if we tab here, we can see our 2 targets, we can see our various hit percentage chances. Actually, there's 2 weapons won't be able to hit this spider at all because of range or line of sight or something like that. Although you can see it did take damage to its leg. I think even though my chance to hit is pretty poor, I will fire all my weapons on this spider over here, and that'll be okay. You can see it did quite a bit of running, so it had a lot of evasion pips. It also, I think, went and bulwarked up. But by hitting it, I am, removing some of its evasion. So there's someone else over there. I would also like to bring some pain here. My Vindicator, if I were to move here, and you can mouse over and see your chances. Wow, that's still not a great chance to hit. If I change my mind, I could do this. Also not great. You can see also that curved line, that's an indirect fire. I can use that with my missiles, and that's another great thing if you do have the multi-attack, but I don't. Now, I could use my jump jets, but that's not really... I could jump jet into the water. I don't think it matters much. I think what I will do is I will move to here, and we'll take a shot on that spider. In fact, maybe this would be a good opportunity to try to do the called shot to the leg. It's already taking some leg damage. If we can blow up with the leg, we can really go and cause it some issues. So, I mean, again, it's not increasing the chances too much, but what the heck. So, the PPC's at 70, 50. Oh, doing the precision strike also gives me, -4 difficulty, so it does increase my chance to hit a fair bit. And it hurts their initiative as well. Yeah, we broke their left leg. We also blew up their left arm. Got the achievement Kneecapper, which is an achievement for blowing off a leg with a called shot. I mean, the leg is still technically there, but it's not going to work anymore. And we got the knockdown, which is really going to give it a hard time. One of the interesting things is anyone who's knocked down, you can always do a called shot on as well. Now, I could move here to have some cover. And that might be okay. Especially since another mech is going to come in here. That's the DFA is Death from Above. Does a lot of damage. There's also melee attacks. Tell you what. I will move up to here. That's going to be fine. I'm going to lock in that move. And we have a much better chance of shooting this one. And if we can go for like a kill, that'd be okay. And yeah, I get the free called shot here. I will be aiming for the center torso. A little bit of damage. It's not quite dead, unfortunately. But that'll have to be. So it's a new round. So he's going to move first over here. I don't know if he's because he's got more people in Phase 4 or what. Like, how it determines the order of that stuff. Now, with the jump jets, I might be able to jump behind someone, which would be great. Now, the Rook is over here. This guy hasn't gotten up yet, which means I can do more called shots. Or... I mean, I could just run up there and melee him while he's down. That might be the best thing to do. Because he's going to act next. He's going to get up and... He might just run away, but he might take a shot. Well, he's actually not going to be able to move much with his leg. I think I'm just going to run up to him and try to just finish him off with a stomp. Melee attacks have a really high chance to hit. They don't generate heat. They also apply all their damage in one spot. There we go. Center torso destroyed. So that's a kill. So it does tend to eliminate a body part, and when they're already missing body parts, the odds are that it starts to hit the center torso. Commando Comm. Alright, oh yeah, Comm is the tag for Commando. I don't know how dangerous this mech is. I'm not expecting to see, like, heavy mechs or anything. It's a little early. I would, for that sort of thing, one would hope. Yeah. Now, can you, by any chance... get up behind this guy. And yeah, you can see where when you move, it shows you the arc. If I move here, I will actually be hitting his rear arc, which tends to be much, much, much more lightly armored. Although I have slightly more long-range weapons. If I move... Oh! I did the wrong thing. I was supposed to mouse over him to see the odds, not click again. Oh, that's okay. We'll lock this in. Yeah, see, the chance to hit is not great other than with the small laser. It probably makes a lot more sense to hit this guy, unfortunately. And I will use a precision strike since we do have enough morale for that, so I will hit him just to take the increased to hit rate. He's got the Smurms over there. Where's his medium laser? On his left arm. Let's see if we can't go and call shot the left arm a little bit. See if we can damage that. Alright, some damage, which is good.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, the Blackjack, I don't know if I can get behind him. What about on a jump? No, not even. I could death from above him, but that tends to damage your own legs a fair bit, so it doesn't seem like a great idea. Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate, but it is the way it's going to go. Why am I odds to hit so poor on this guy? Oops. Again, I didn't actually mean to lock that in. I was just trying to get accuracy things, and that's why I wasn't getting the numbers, because I'm actually behind things. I actually don't have vision on anyone. I misclicked completely. I gotta remember, don't click on the person to get the combat stats. I'll probably just stay here. I'll probably shoot this guy, because it's slightly higher odds. But you can see I've got a -1 to the difficulty of the shot because of the height. I already hit him in the center torso. There's a chance a good hit here could actually finish this guy off. We critted the short-range missiles, which were in his chest, because it was exposed a bit. Unsteady as well, which is good. Okay, so I screwed up and lost one attack by misclicking. Still, I haven't played a lot, so, like, the muscle memory for, like, what's the sequence of clicks isn't locked in there, unfortunately.
Hey there.
Alright. Now, if I click and then mouse, there we go. See, we can medium laser him right in the spine. What about from here? It's still 80. Still 80. Might be a little safer. And here, that's still 80. So I'm just gonna go to here. That's gonna be fine. And click to lock in the position. So one of the things, the Spider and another light mech I've got has got a lot of movement. Doesn't have a lot of guns, but if you can use the movement to take those rear shots, that's good. Now, he does still have full rear armor, but there's not a lot back here, and I should be able to have more than one person shoot. Although I think the Spider's about to move, because he's round 4. Phase 4. The Commando, which is fairly injured, is moving. Luckily, he's lost his Smurms, short-range missiles that are in his chest. He still has the one on his right arm and the laser on the left. Took some damage directly to the left arm over here, and this is a fairly light mech, so he doesn't have a lot of armor on there, but he didn't lose an arm, which is good because A, it keeps up his firepower, and B, is one less thing to repair. Now, here's me, who failed to, like, execute last time. Now, can I turn and hit this guy? That looks like the answer is yes, with fairly good odds. I will be exposing my back to this guy, but I have other people who can take some actions. It's a little risky, admittedly. Alternatively, I should just go and punch him. It's only 85% chance. Who else could I go with? I don't suppose I can get behind here. Well, I can't walk there. Can I jump and land back here? Now, if I click and then this... What about this guy? Hang on a sec. What if I jump back to here and then do that? I think it's worth it. I'm not going to get better odds with the long-range missiles, because they get more accurate the further away you are. I'll still use the volley, though. As far as I know, there's no friendly fire or anything. So this, I would get to use my small laser here. The small laser also fires if you melee with this person. I'm going to do that. We do have an overheat alert, so you know what? I'm going to turn off the long-range missiles. Ooh, that's still overheated. Alright, just the PPC to the back. Does a lot. It does 150 damage shot. If it hits, and it's only 75%, but it'll blow off whatever. And there's no armor back there, so...
Critical hit, Commander.
What, that's it? I mean, yeah, we blow up one of his guns, which is good, but... was hoping for a little bit more. I'm going to be honest. Let me get back to you for a second, because...
Ready for orders.
Quill here. Yeah, even with the jump jets, doesn't help much. It's possible with fewer jump jets we actually can... You see, jump jets 2... Maybe the amount of jump jets really is the range. Dang. could just death from above him, but he's really injured, right? Ah! He's got no rear armor at all. If I were to move to here, can I rotate to hit him? I can. Yeah, I'd expose my own rear, but F it. Let's do it. He's got no rear armor left. Let's just go and nail him in the spine. And heat's going to be fine. Yeah, just fire everything, even though some of them are pretty inaccurate. The autocannons don't generate much heat. Oh my god, we've, like, destroyed everything. I may have destroyed, like, too much, because it could maybe impact how much loot we get at the end. I don't know.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, oh, you've got Precision Strike available. You know what, if we just blow off your other leg, that will, I guess you only got the one that's damaged, but still. It'll knock you down. You can disable someone by knocking down both their legs. Oh, we destroyed the center torso. He blew up. Massive amounts of overkill again. So did we secure the rally point just by killing everything? These are early missions. They're designed to be fairly easy.
Got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Keep in mind, convoy. Oh! We'll try to stay near you. Continue advancing to get them to the extraction point. Oh, this was just... Oh, this was the start. I had to clear that so that they could get out. That's the convoy there. Oh, and they're moving in real time in this phase of the game. Or... No, not in real time. They're just doing their action. Yeah. Because I can't act right now. Okay. Allied turn. That's it. Okay, so now I have to protect these goobers. Fair enough. Now, sprinting from down here is kind of annoying. I think what we will do is we will do a jump and then walk across the water. And that's going to be okay. And then you've got no attack, so yeah, you'll just brace. That's fine. You will sprint into the water. It'll help you burn off a lot of this heat. Speaking of hot, you got that over here. You don't have any heat right now. So I'm just going to get you to sprint into this group. So we got to escort you to the other point. That's why it's like, it seems really easy, because we're not even close to being done. If we can get them all to survive, we'll get a bonus. I wonder if there's any way to speed up Allied movement. There's probably an option. There's actually a ton of options in the menu in terms of, like, let's say for example you don't like the some of the combat animations and zooms and things like that. There's all that. See, the blackjack is not very speedy. You don't have any heat left, so I'm gonna get you to sprint up here. You'll be in the forest, which is also good. I don't know how far up I want because it might engage things, but you know what? You'll be fine going in there. Honestly, the faster we see the enemies, it might be better. I'm sometimes a little leery about triggering things too early, and I maybe should have moved this guy first. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. Well, it might have, because I might have been able to unload with my LRMs. No, because it still moves. We'd move our entire group before it starts the fight. So that's the extraction point there. I wonder, though, like, we did kill a lot of stuff. Is there any chance that that's all the stuff? We did get a message about enemy forces en route, but that might just be why we're on a timer. We shall see.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, you know what? I will move the spider first. Putting it at a little bit of risk, but so far so good. We'll get you to sprint to here. No enemy contacts or anything. Go there. And keep sprinting forward. Okay. Protect convoy while dropshift arrives. So, we might just escort them over here, then we have to wait. And hold. That's possible. Because we could have maybe moved someone into the evac zone first, or this thing first. That would have maybe spawned them while we were still fighting. But killing dudes is fun, so why not, right? Okay. Alright, still.
Good to go.
Cover the flanks. Cover that. Move up here. And go here. You'll have a little bit of cover. And that'll be swell. No contacts yet. We do have like a sensor range that will show sort of contacts before we actually see them. So you do get some amount of notice, which is good. Yeah, if we can fight more in the water, it's good. But I don't know what side people are going to come from. And ideally, I do want to have my guys clustered. I don't think we lost anything. I mean, obviously we have to repair and, you know, get some armor back. But I don't think we're down any gear.
Yep.
What is this? Oh, inbound. Okay. Don't stand here. You're going to get blown up. Roger, roger.
What's up, boss?
Move you to there.
Copy that.
Move you to there. I have a feeling we're going to want to go up there. You do have jump jets, though, so... if I move you here, we'll be able to get up on top. That's going to be okay. And you're just going to stand there. Because I think we just have to wait for things to arrive. I'm betting before the combat starts at this point. Or why don't you just, like, autocomplete as soon as they arrive? It's like, no, that's it. That was the entire fight. Like, oh.
You're in position.
Aha!
Hold your ground until the package is on its way.
Reinforcements.
Yeah.
Okay. Dropship coming in. Protect convoy as they embark. With 1 of 4 units for 1 round. Okay. I wonder if they do 1 unit per round is what's going on there. So ensure they all survive. Well, I mean, we'll try our best. Mostly we're just going to try to kill things as quickly as possible. Now, part of that might mean putting ourselves in risk from time to time. So that's partially obstructed if we wanted that shot. Oh, some of these are vehicles? Yeah, okay, so vehicles hit hard, but blow up fast. Oh, this is a good one. We can be in the woods over here. And we've got fairly good line of sight on some of the vehicles. I do have some leg damage here, but I think this is worthwhile doing. We have 1 tick of instability. Yeah, I'm okay with this. 55. Yeah, so we're going to blow up one of the vehicles. I think the one that's... I mean, it's further back, but I'm just doing this based on the assumption that not all my allies will be able to help out here.
Locking in.
So yeah, I'll do that one. So we hit with 1... Okay. Vehicles, again, vehicles aren't that tough. It only really takes a couple of love taps to get it going, but... they do a lot of damage.
Orders.
Alright, well... we don't have the multi-attack. We have bulwark if we remain stationary. I wonder if we just do that. Just stand still. That's one that was already damaged. 80, 80. I don't worry about heat because I'm in the water. I think I'm just going to go and see if I can melt this one down. Especially, it's got the long-range missiles, so if they get line of sight on the vehicles, these guys can start doing range bombards. It's possible my vehicles are tougher than these. I don't know, but you can see how squishy these things are. It's really nice to have multi-attack when you're dealing with vehicles. Like, really, really wonderful. Because, then you can spread out the shots. I mean, you want to make sure they die, but probably you can mix it up. So we're at 2 of 4 now. I mean, they're in the drop zone. I don't know if that counts as them having, you know, been boarded. I think that vehicle shot at my spider, which is totally okay. We don't want to be in the... yeah, this is sort of kind of going to suck regardless, but I guess we're just going to have to do that. Now, I do have the ability to take a precision shot. I may go and do a cult shot on the Locust. Now, where is it sitting with its weapons? Yeah. Ooh, the LRM ammo is in the center torso. I think what we do is we should aim for center of mass. With everything fairly good hit chance. We're going to get a fair amount of heat here. I'm happy I put the... oh my god, look at that. One shot. Oh, ammo explosion. There you go.
Enemy mech destroyed.
That's what happens. But yeah, it was a fairly light mech, so I figured that there was a good chance it would work out okay. Another APC, so it says 2 of 4. I bet you just having... I don't know. Probably when the 4th one gets in there, it's going to be fun. So Vindicator over here can't actually get... oh, we can get line of sight if I jump. I mean, there was indirect fire, but I may as well take the jump here.
Copy that.
Because it's a good chance the 1 volley of long-range missiles are not going to cut it to destroy a vehicle. They're squishy, but not that squishy. Guess we'll You know what? Well, the PPC, if it hits, it's just going to kill the vehicle regardless. I may as well turn on the LRMs. Although, you know what? It's a little more heat. Just fire at the PPC. If you hit, you will kill it. 50 damage.
Hell
Boom.
yeah.
Vehicle down.
Good. So there's only one more left. I think we're out of actions. And there's that last one.
Yes, Commander.
Can I melee this? Oh, I can. Okay, vehicles take double damage from melee. That's shoddy, so it's crappier. Yeah, so everything's have traits, right? So this is a shoddy unit, so it has 50% of its normal armor. But yeah, melee attacks do double damage to vehicles is always true. And we got a 95% chance to hit, so I'm just going to run over there and punch the vehicle. Or kick it, probably. Step on it.
Got it.
Stomp! It was very satisfying. A little more satisfying if it's not in the
Enemy
water, but it's still
vehicle
pretty good.
destroyed.
Do. And we're out of combat. The allies are taking their turn to move in here. Get in there. You can do it. Probably need to wait around. Yeah.
Good to go.
So we'll sort of reposition a some sort of defensive thing. We'll just rotate you around. And we'll go there and be ready to respond to whatever kind of garbage starts to happen. Allied turn. So I'm hoping we can collect more than one chassis of the same type. Get closer to actually finishing something. Here, brace, brace, brace,
Roger.
brace.
Venting heat and stabilizing.
I think we're basically done. I think we've killed everything.
Engaging coolant system.
And are we actually going to...
Stabilizing and bracing.
Are we done?
Stabilizing.
It might just be that all of the vehicles that are still alive have to be there for one whole turn. There we go. That's it. All the vehicles that are alive have to be in the escape zone for one full turn. And then that counts as the evac. So I guess while they're there, they're still vulnerable. They haven't evac yet. Which is a little scary. Because just sitting ducks. Well done. You managed to wipe the Op-4 out. I can do an extract right now. No need to get to our planned landing zone. Oh! So the higher difficulty ones, these. So this is like getting you used to these escort missions, right? Because again, it's very early on, very low difficulty. Later on, we'll probably have to do like running gun battles. So we completed the mission. We also destroyed the enemy blockading force, and all the convoys survived. So we got bonus cash for that. There's our payout there. Morale's good overall. In theory, we might have gotten some reputation here or something like that, and some mercenary review board. So that's good. Pilots are getting some XP. No one was injured, which is nice. Variety of kills. So, drag salvage items here. So, we are going to grab 2 bits of spider over here. So, partial mech salvage. So, 2 different wrecks of the spiders we're going to grab. So, that'll give us 2/3 of the way to a brand new spider. Which, again, we might just sell, because these are pretty light mechs. I don't know if we're going to need more, but we'll see how it goes. So, and then 6 additional pieces of salvage will be given to me at random. So we'll confirm that. It actually gave us the Locust wreck, which is nice, and then some bits and pieces of other stuff, which is totally fine. Put unused battle mechs in storage to avoid maintenance fees. Sounds great. So that was a nice and successful mission. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a stop in here, but I'll probably come back for another episode, and we'll do one more mission. What? Contact the Rimward Frontier. Right, everyone gather around. You know what? I'll put a cut in here. We'll deal with the story element next time.